Or your physiology is different there.
You use the bathroom. If you got to use the bathroom, they bring out the box, the white box.
Every time they have to tell you?
They just put it down and they tell you, all right, now you can go.
So all other humanoids...
There's no modesty.
So all other humanoids don't do that, right?
I don't... That's what I experienced as an experiencer, an abductee, whatever you want to call it. Their bathroom things, I never saw them go, but...
They probably don't do that.
Yeah, they do. They do. You know, they eat, so they have to eliminate, you know. And the little guys...
How many of them do they eat, you think?
They all eat.
All of them?
Yeah.
Except small grays? Or...
The small grays eat. They can eat.
Really?
Yeah. They can do both, they told me.
I read a book, by Corso, and I think he said that a day after Roswell, they don't have any holes for secretion, the small grays. That they don't really eat or...
That could be disinformation because I've seen them. I know they eat. They told me that they can eat. They told me that they can absorb nutrients through the skin like sunlight.
Small grays or any
small ones. The ones that were artificial. They call them ABEs, artificial biological entities.
Ah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
That's what they call them. And they said that they can absorb the nutrients through the skin and, if they want to experience it through the mouth.
Okay.
But they don't eat meat. They think it's disgusting to eat flesh.
Oh. Okay.
Because they've said that to me.
Good. I just read it today and I paid much attention to that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I scale down, maybe.
Yeah, me too.
How about crop circles? My favorite topic because that's the most reproducible miracles on the earth right now. In the past spring, there was I think 5 crop circles in May and at least 1 in June, and they all are very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
What do they tell? Why did they do that? Who does it and why?
I know it's the good guys are doing it.
You know?
To get our attention. It's almost like saying, you know, pay attention. There's some intelligent life out here, and they show you, you know, that there's so much math involved with it, and the math and the music is connected, and you know, and.
So why don't they write in plain English?
Math is a universal language.
Yeah, but they understand that we don't understand, or they ignorant about that. We don't understand, we're confused. I mean, many people are confused. If they wanted to tell us anything, they would write it.
Well, no, they did, actually. We sent out...
Once.
You know about that, right?
Yeah, the code, yeah, the binary code. I think it was so humanly looking, I would doubt that them would do that. I would think it's like Men in Black on anyone, any human.
It happened overnight, and it was physically impossible.
If you use a laser, no?
No.
You think it's authentic? You think it's authentic?
I think it's real, yeah. Absolutely, because the face in the crop circle, there's just such a familiarity about it. I'm not saying I know him, but I mean, you know, when I drew this picture, it doesn't even come close to what that crop circle does.
I remember that face.
That crop circle does.
And they say, beware of Greeks bearing gifts.
Yes, exactly.
So what do they mean? There's bad guys.
They're talking about the guys that made the deal with the government. Yep.
Oh, that's fun. There is so many more questions. I guess we pause at the moment. And think what we do next. After a little break. So, one question obviously I need to ask is how do they choose people? All I see, they choose people which are not the ones which I would choose. Do you have any clue why they choose people, and in particular why they have chosen you?
I think they choose people that they don't want other people to notice. In other words, people are almost like profiled. Like, who would be less believable?
Who would be less believable?
Yeah, because they don't want they don't want the government hurting them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or not the government so much, but it's kind of it's a hard that's a hard question because I think there's a lot of things. I think it's genetically in the family as well, and I think not all people having abduction experiences are experiencing the same thing. I think they got many different experiments going on, you know, to save save this race, and some of the experiments probably aren't that pleasant, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've been lucky, but I've had a difficult life. It wasn't easy for me. I was put in a lot of situations that were uncomfortable here, you know, and they would you know, oh, what's going to happen next kind of thing. But I don't know. I have theories, but you know, I'm just nowhere near as intelligent as these beings, and couldn't even begin to understand their reasoning.
How about sexual reproduction in other humanoids? Are they also two sexes, and how many of them are like not sexual at all? That sort of thing. Is sexual love a universal phenomenon, or it's more like human type of phenomenon? Animals sort of have two sexes, most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are hermaphrodites.
The greys have two sexes.
Yeah.
The tall greys, they're not just, you know, one sex. They have males and females.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard about that.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah.
Do they look any female to us?
They kind of look the same.
Look the same, so you have to feel it. You can't.
Yeah, it's more of a, you know, one will have like a more of a female nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the female has more of a feminine nature, but they are, because of their longevity, the way they have been around for so long, they kind of all look very similar to one another.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
How long do they live, do you know?
How long do they live? They live a lot longer than we do. Well over, they could probably live into the thousands, I think. I know they did say that they lived a very long time.
Uh-huh.
Of our Earth years, probably in the thousand years, I guess. You know, because they're so advanced. And the ones I've seen, they looked old. You know, their skin. But, you know, that's our interpretation, too, so that's where you have to be very careful, you know, because you have to decide, well, what did they tell me, or what am I interpreting on my own, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do know they live much, much longer than we do.
How about love? The difference between selfish love, love of altruistic love, love of universal love, love of sexual, asexual, all that stuff. What have we learned from them?
Okay, they can love another being. It's easy for them to love another being. It's more boy, it's not like ours. Ours is more primitive. Our love is more selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And our brain chemistries also affect how, you know, our attraction to other you know, the opposite sex, and facial asymmetry, you know, that's another thing.
What about facial asymmetry?
Well, humans will pick a mate who is more symmetrical because